Good evening to President Bailey, Provost Rowley, trustees, faculty, administration, and the graduating class of 2021. Thank you for having me here today to celebrate this occasion and for presenting me with the President's Medal of Excellence. First, I want to commend the students, faculty, and administration of Teachers College for your perseverance during such a difficult year for our nation and our world. I'm here today because education saved my life. My mother is the third of 7 children, and when her family's poverty disrupted her education, she dropped out of elementary school. A neighbor hired my mom so she could earn enough to go back to school, but her fear then was that she'd be left behind. Like so many young children, she wasn't focused on the future. Instead, she was afraid that she'd be held back a grade and be taller than the boys in her class, that people would mock her clothes and her poverty. When she finally screwed up her courage and returned, the principal of the school read her a letter from her file. It was from the last educator to teach my mom. It said, if Carolyn Hall returns to school, please move her on to the next grade. She's smart enough. Without knowing my mother's story, this teacher understood her potential. And it was that note of kindness, that act of compassion that spurred my mother on. And when she graduated from high school, she did so as the valedictorian of her class. My father's story is different, but no less telling. He too grew up in impoverished, segregated Mississippi, but his challenge was a learning difference. With undiagnosed dyslexia, too many dismissed his inability to read as laziness or stupidity, charges too often falsely attributed to young Black boys. But he had some good teachers, thoughtful, compassionate educators who realized that if he could hear their lessons, he could learn. They accommodated his style of learning, fed his imagination, and adapted to his challenge, even if they couldn't put a name to it. My father finished high school and became the first man in his family to attend college, and he increased his functional literacy in his 30s after finally being diagnosed. Together with my mom, my parents returned to school at the age of 40 to get their Master's of Divinity at Emory University's Candler School of Theology to become United Methodist pastors. I exist because teachers saw potential in my parents despite their circumstances, and they used their skills to make their lives better. Educators stand for the highest ideals in a society, and Teachers College is a remarkable standard bearer in our nation, one that trains leaders who understand that education alone, while a firm foundation, cannot improve the inequalities that exist in our society without more. This school, like the teachers, scholars, and policymakers it produces, serve the needs of the whole child, and in doing so, breathe new life into our joy of learning. As our nation and world wrestle with urgent issues that require our attention, an ongoing pandemic that has claimed millions of lives, economic upheaval that has uprooted livelihoods, and systemic injustice that have left too many communities of color behind, we need leaders who believe in the people you serve. You, the graduating class of 2021, are architects of a brighter future, one that can redeem those lost moments by filling them with new hope, a vibrancy that comes with the faith in those you serve. You believe that more is possible for all of us, and you have been trained to make more a reality. And as you work to make more a reality, stumbles and defeats are inevitable. Our greatest endeavors will falter and the failure will seem permanent. And during these times, I urge you to acknowledge the pain, but reject the conclusion that you should abandon your mission. You see, on this journey, you need to hold fast to what you believe is possible. Know that what you want can be made real and perform to the best of your abilities, even if the outcome falls short of your ambition. I know what I'm talking about because in 2018, I ran for governor of Georgia and I lost. In the aftermath, I allowed myself to acknowledge my anger and sadness, but I knew that I could not stay in that place, stay in that pain. Despite not getting the position I desired, I knew that the work of protecting voting rights, ensuring that every community is counted, and broadening economic power in the South still endured. I started organizations that focused on these issues because I knew that not receiving the position I wanted did not absolve me of the responsibility to do the work. You see, when we fail, we often feel the need to edit our ambitions to reflect our new fears. But do not allow false logic to limit your expectations of success. Our stumbles often cause us to fall into new opportunities, ones that allow us to do the work anyway. just in a different way. Throughout life, we will all have moments of quiet triumph and dark days that shake our faith. But the issues that we seek to solve can be heavy and daunting, and still we can get it right. And as these months have shown, the journey can be traumatic for both ourselves and the people we want to help. I persevere not because I'm an inherent optimist, but instead because I am determined. I am determined to be worthy of the legacy of my parents' hardships and those teachers who saw their promise. To be a fighter for my grandparents and my great-grandparents' dreams. To be a testament to the wonders that resilience can reveal. And so as you go into this world, I ask you to lean on each other for support and guidance and distraction. Hold on to one another in laughter and in grief. Stand for one another in joy and in audacity. Be the ones who teach the world that joy and progress do exist, despite how dim the future seems. And as this world grapples with existential questions of who we are and who we will become, you are here today because you understand the deeper calling of obligation. And as you embark on this new journey, know that Teachers College, your family, friends, classmates, and we travel with you, wish you well, and look forward to the extraordinary change that you will each make. Thank you to the class of 2021, and congratulations. We're counting on you.